Atlanta Riot. In 1902, a historian wrote, "There has never been a race riot in Atlanta. The white man and the Negro have lived together in the city more peacefully and better in spirit than in any other city in either North or South. For many whites as well as black, Atlanta seemed to be the least likely place for a race riot at the turn of the century. Atlanta was a modern city of the New South. Its economy was booming, black businesses were springing up. There were jobs for working men and women. At the center of its cultural life were the six black colleges. The colleges and the churches provided much of the intellectual leadership for the black community. The dominating figure was the aristocratic scholar Du Bois of Atlanta University. African American women were also quite active in Atlanta. Many joined women's clubs, most of which were affiliated with the National Association of Colored Women, the dominant black women's organization in America. Women took it upon themselves to provide community services to poor blacks and to instill in them middle class standards and values. The men's organizations invested their energy into building social and fraternal organizations that worked for community betterment. But despite the accomplishments of the black community, Atlanta remained one of the most segregated cities in the South. Race relations, always tense beneath the surface, seriously deteriorated in 1905 and 1906. A Thomas Dixon play called The Klansman glorified the Ku Klux Klan and denigrated blacks, exacerbating racial tensions in 1905. Racial hostility was intensified the next year during a race baiting political campaign for governor. The local press contributed to the climate by publishing a number of articles claiming that black men had assaulted white women. Almost all of the reports were false. And by September, many felt that a race riot would soon explode. On Saturday, September 22, white crowds along Decatur Street, many of them drunk and inflamed by the headlines, went together. Some shouted, "Kill them," and soon the cry was running along the crowded streets. Some 10,000 men and boys in the mob began to search for African Americans. Whenever the whites would see one, some would cry, "There is one of the black fiends." Minutes later, the alleged fiend would be dead or beaten senseless. Among the many victims, a disabled man was chased down and beaten to death. The mob rampaged for several days before the militia restored order. Unofficially, 25 blacks and one wife, white died. Unofficially, over 100 may have died. After the riots, whites tried to be somewhat conciliatory, winning the praises of Booker T. Washington. But the fact that a riot had occurred in a city that he had described as a model for racial harmony weakened his moral authority.